What's up, champs? My name is TMA Prezi, and I cannot wait for the Esports Boxing Club takeover. This is my breakdown and analysis of the game thus far, so let's motion. Firstly, I can't express how excited I am about this game and how much I'm looking forward to playing it. So hats off to ESBC, Steel City Interactive, and everyone else that took part in making this happen. I made this video. I just wanted to talk about three things very quickly. One, a few slight things I picked up from the alpha gameplay footage. Number two, ESBC's latest tweets with regards the new implementations of what they're going to put in the gameplay. And number three, the new fighter show announcement that's going to take part tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. UK time. First up, the adrenaline system from the alpha gameplay footage. This personally, I love this feature. I think it's a make or break feature for the game. Hopefully it's what makes the game great, and hopefully people don't try and find a way to break it at the same time. I'm gonna play the footage, it's only a few seconds, and then I'm gonna wheel it back and then talk about one or two few things I noticed from it.
So the adrenaline system was introduced because we wanted something more than just a stamina bar depleting. We wanted there to be the element of really going after a fighter if you think they're in trouble or if you just want to get them out quickly. So what the adrenaline system does is once your heart rate reaches a certain BPM, your stamina will max out. But as you can see here, the downside to that is your maximum stamina reduces significantly. There's also a cooldown timer on this, so you have to really pace your fights, otherwise you could end up being gassed out after 3 or 4 rounds.
Okay, first up, what I did notice right off the bat in this little footage here is basically once your heart rate, I believe, hits over 150 beats per minute, you can possibly activate the adrenaline system. However, what I did actually notice at the same time, you see how Arturo Gatti is actually whiffing these punches. As far as I can see, and in my opinion, is that these punches are not actually being landed on an opponent. If you can see, he's just kind of shadow boxing. Just sort of kind of shadow boxing there in his own space. I don't believe he's actually landing the punches on anyone. With regards to that, I think this adrenaline system needs to be like on par. It's got to be perfect. With regards to your heart rate raising, your beats per minute, of course, as you exercise, as you throw punches, your heart rate is going to rise. However, with the adrenaline system, your adrenaline kind of kicks in once you land shots, a nice combination on your opponent, maybe get him to back up and things like that. I'm hoping in the game that you can't just raise, well, you can raise your, of course, your heartbeat by whiffing punches, but I hope that doesn't activate the adrenaline system, because you will get people that actually probably find a way to land effective punches or somehow just start going back to their corners and shadow boxing to raise the adrenaline system, and then maybe try to throw a significant amount of punches on you and maybe land them and actually get a good combo, and it ended up rocking you, dropping you, and even knocking you out. So I do believe, or I do hope furthermore, that with the adrenaline system, I hope it kicks in once your heart rate hits that point they want it to hit, but at the same time you must land effective punches while doing so, which would make more sense. You know, you go for your opponent, land a good combo on them, your heart rate's rising, and then you're able to activate the adrenaline system. With regards to that, I'd also like to see most fighters, or all fighters, have their own unique system. So for example, you might have fighters that are are known not to have the biggest gas tanks, meaning once your stamina depletes past a certain section of the bar, you no longer have the ability to activate the adrenaline system, and vice versa. Fighters that are known to have good strong gas tanks, maybe for example like Marcos Maidana, you can actually go into the later rounds and still have that adrenaline system on your side. I think it'll be a pretty cool feature. It'll make fighters more unique and the game itself. So the last thing I wanted to touch up on with the alpha gameplay footage was with regards to the fighter stances and defensive features their stances comes with. Now again, we're just going to play the footage, it's only about 20 seconds or so, and then we'll go ahead and break it down.
We wanted fight stances to really make a difference in terms of what you decide to have for your fighter. As an example, the Philly shell will block certain body punches, so rather than you having to always press block to block a certain type of punch, you can let your stance do some of that for you. Each stance will have a pro and a con to balance things out.
So again, I think this is brilliant. I love to see stuff like this. Like I said, I'm all about the gameplay, and I think this brings realism to the game. Two things. So one, obviously Rocky Marciano, Philly shell, left hand's low, elbow tucked in, right hand holding the phone basically. As you can see, Frazier's going for right hooks to the body, that left elbow's tucked in. I'm sure all of you are aware, as he says in the video, you don't actually have to hold the guard button. You will already be defending to the body slightly, but you can obviously see he's taking damage there on the forearms to elbow. With that being said as well, what I do like, and I do think adds a touch of realism to this, as you can see, Rocky Marciano rocks back and forward, so that third or fourth punch that Frazier throws actually lands underneath the elbow, which again is great, and I think it adds that realistic touch to the game. And there it is, the third one does land. However, this wasn't my main focus in this section. If I just keep playing, now this is, as you can see here, Rocky Marciano is about to take a step forward and let that right hand rip. However, with Frazier's unique style and head movement, I don't even believe anyone is using head movement here. I don't believe anyone's tried to slip to the side. I just think as Frazier's stance, because this is what this section's about, the defensive stances. Now we all know Frazier is motion while he's in his stance. He likes to use that head movement. He rocks from side to side, a lot of shoulder movement here. Just watch Rocky Marciano completely whiff this straight right hand. And I don't believe any head movement was used here. He certainly didn't step to any sides. He didn't slip to any sides. So this, again, leads me to believe with certain fighters, and I hope with most fighters, because most fighters, like, as we already know, this is motion capture. So a lot of people are going to have their own unique movements in there. So button mashers, beware. It's over for you. Plus, this is for hardcore boxing fans. So if you want arcade style fight game, go to Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Dragon Ball Z. This for hardcore boxing fans, the sweet science, learn the sport or get KO'd. Okay, that was the alpha gameplay footage. Second part I wanted to talk about, a lot shorter, is the new gameplay features they showed us about in their latest tweet. Just gonna skip through to single punch stuns as well as flash knockdowns and knockouts. Beautiful, see it happening all the time. Chance of being KO'd significantly increases if caught midway through a big punch. So you try to load up with something massive, you get caught in the exchange, happens all the time, love to see it. An opponent can still be dangerous when they seem to be out on their feet. Now, this is great. Again, this makes you more alert, more wary on what you're throwing when you're throwing it. So doesn't mean, right, got you hurt, got you stunned, time to jump on you, all guns blazing, which we do see in today's games. Still gotta think, still gotta take your time, because you can get caught cold. Separate to swelling and damage, visible facial and body deformation will take place real time during the fight when taking punches. Excellent, love to see it, love to hear it. Now, the one I wanted to focus on, because again, it's make or break for the game. It adds realism, which is great. However, you're always going to get people using things the wrong way, or using things in a way that will make the game less enjoyable for everyone else, which is the ability to take a knee during the fight, to take an 8 count. Personally, I like the idea. It happens in real life. I think it's a great feature. Within reason though, it's like the adrenaline system. I believe it's got to be near to being perfect. It's got to be very balanced, and it's got to be on par. So for example, I don't believe you should be able to take a knee at any point in the at any point when you feel like it. Maybe they can balance it out by basically, once you're stunned or rocked or hurt, then you've got that window to take a knee. And even on top of that, maybe your stamina has to be so low to a point where you're gassing out, and then you decide to take a knee. So it can't be, maybe if it shouldn't be a case of, oh, I've got a whole bar of stamina, I'm stunned, time to take a knee, or something like that, to avoid getting KO'd. Maybe if you've got a certain amount of energy or stamina, you can't take any until your stamina starts depleting and you're running low on gas. Maybe that might be a better way to even things out. However, it's boxing. You take a knee, you lose a point. Maybe even if you take so many knees, or a certain amount of knees, that the referee will step in and stop the fight. That could even be an idea. And the third and final part to this video is all about the fighter announcement show that's taking part tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. UK time. I can't wait. I'm mad excited and I'm pumped. I'm going to be streaming it live on Twitch. My link will be in the description below. I'm going to make a free fighter prediction. I'm hoping who will be announced tomorrow. 1 being Canelo, 2 being Saunders, and 3 being Katie Taylor's. At the moment, the first 3 fighters that I can't wait to use that have been announced: Crawford, Loma, and Usyk. Man, I can't wait to use everyone, but I know those 3 are going to be at the top of my list. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if your comments, let me know in the comment section what you thought about my opinions on the adrenaline system and the take a knee for an 8 count, and let me know what you feel should be implemented with regards to those 2 systems. And also, don't forget to let me know your 3 predictions for tomorrow. Champs, appreciate you lot for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I hope to see some of you lot on the stream tomorrow. Let's go, champs.